Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman and Ventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 44. And we are going to take up where we left off, which was day 5 of fall in year number 2. And I was just looking at my skills there. I have 3 skills at 10 and 2 at 8. So mining and combat are at 8. And I would like, before the end of this year, of the second year, to have them all at 10. So I was just double checking because I knew that I had hit some of them, but some of them I couldn't remember. So that's why I was taking a quick look. And our hubby Harvey made us a wonderful complete breakfast. That's the 6th one or 5th or 6th one that he's made. And all foods like that, prepared foods, I put them in the refrigerator. And I really should be bringing some of them to the mines, but I already have what I need for the mines, so I didn't see any need to put that in there for now. As you can see, we have our preserve jars, and that means that all the ones inside are all ready. So that's the reason that I put either the keg or the preserve jar outside, and they all are synchronized. That makes it so much easier. So that's why I do it that way, and it works very well for me. So I have a sign on one side, and then that's saying, hey, these are ready. Then I don't have to check them every day. I can only go in when it's time to get the products that are ready. So we do have a truffle from our piglet, our pig that we still have. I'm using him as a piggy bank. So if and when we need the money or I get tired of him, we'll get rid of him. Okay, I'm trying to milk the goat, and as you can see, these dinosaurs keep getting in my way. That's 2 dinosaurs that I've accidentally milked, and now we're trying to milk a duck. It's like, come on, would everybody just get out of the way? That's so frustrating. Piglet is now worth 16.4, and I believe we paid 16,000 for him, so he is officially worth more moving away. But we're going to hang on to him for a little while longer. If we can get the relationship all the way up, all 5 hearts, he's worth more. So that's the main reason I'm having him hang around. And, you know, the $1,000 per truffle oil is not a bad thing either. And you can see that our Darth is full grown, and we should start getting void eggs on a regular basis, so that's good. I'm gonna just get my supply up, and then we're gonna get rid of Darth too, and probably replace Darth with another dinosaur. I think is my plan. And let's see, dinosaur egg, yes, and the wool, and it was iridium quality wool. Oh my goodness, we get so much money for that. It's amazing. We'll be able to see how much that void mayonnaise is gonna fetch us, along with 2 jars of dinosaur mayonnaise, so we can do some comparisons. And I know that it's more, but I just wanted to get some eggs stocked up, and might as well put a few eggs in there and see how much we get for it. So that is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Plus it's using them, and I know that the dinosaur mayonnaise is like 900, and I'm not sure how the void compares to the duck mayonnaise, so it doesn't really matter. It's what I've always done, and I always have 1 duck, 1 chicken, and the rest dinosaurs. I shouldn't say always. In my last playthrough, that's what I ended up with. That's what I was happy with. As you can see, our tree is still growing, and that's our apple tree that we are growing to be able to get 3 apples for the community center, which will finish the community center. And that will be a major milestone for us. So we're going to come on in here and look. See, I didn't fill the other 2. What I'm doing right now is I'm counting them, because that tells me how many that I need to start bringing, how many fruits or whatever I'm going to put in the preserve jars, how many I need to bring each time. And soon we're going to put a chest in there, and when I get my room completely full, and these 2 sheds are going to be enlarged eventually to the larger sizes, but when I get them, then I'm going to be bringing, let's say if I have 61 preserve jars, 60 inside and 1 outside, for instance, I'll be bringing multiples of 60 of all the things that I plan to put in those jars. So that way I'll have, I won't have to go back into the process, fruits and the fruits and vegetables every single time that it's time to reload them. So I'll just have extras already in a chest in there, and we'll get to that. So what I'm waiting for is for that pale ale to finish. And once that's finished, then we're going to be moving those kegs. And I'm sitting there looking at that going, man, I wish I had some more oak resin. It takes one oak resin and other things to make a single keg. And so obviously we're really behind the 8 ball on that, but we're going to work on it. It'll increase as we go along. But I'm pretty sure that these trees go dormant in the wintertime. So it's whatever we can get between now and the end of the month. Which is 23 days from now. So hopefully we'll get a few more. I know it won't be full, that's for sure, because there's just no way to make that happen. So what we're going to go do now is we need another silo because we don't have enough in the one silo. It has 240 pieces of hay. We won't have enough for the current animals, and I'm pretty sure we'll have at least a few more animals before spring. So I want to make sure that I have more than enough. And generally what I do is I take the number of animals times 30. Even though there's only 28 days, I like to take it times 30. First off, it's a nice round number. And secondly, sometimes I want my animals to stay inside for a day or two when spring comes so that I have, because I don't have time to deal with them. It's easier to deal with them when they're all inside because I'm busy planting and all that kind of stuff. So I may want them in there for a day or two more. So if I don't have hay, I do have hay stocked up, but that I can throw in there. But I like to make sure that my silos are more than sufficient to do what I need it to do. So because of that, we are going to go see Robin and have her build us another silo. And with that silo being built, that's probably all the rest of the building that we will do probably for the rest of the year. It just depends on how our winter goes and our monies goes, because I'll be happy with that. I mean, that's kind of what I was shooting for. When I come in here, I'm trying to make a point to run around the counter and say hi to Robin. She's one of our people. We're trying to get those relationships up. I'm working on them in groups. So right now I'm trying to I decided that I'm going to go with 10 people, that I want to have 8 hearts by the end of the year. So I'll be working on those people. And so to do that with Robin, obviously you got to go behind the counter. I didn't have anything gifts to give her. So you can see it's 100 gold, stone, clay, and copper bar. I brought all those things, and you have to take the things that the building materials to Robin when you go. And then you can decide where you want it. And I was kind of debating on moving both of these silos. That you don't have to have them anywhere near your animals or anything like that. And my eventual place is not here. But I thought, for this year, we'll go ahead and stick them here. Then later we can go back and ask her to move them for free. But for now, that will do just fine for what we need. I was starting to leave this area, and then I think, oh yeah, who am I working on? I'm looking at my names here. Next people are Pam and Emily, Demetrius, Robin, Jody, and Demetrius is standing right there. So let's go say hi to Demetrius while we're standing here. He's standing right there. Yes, I didn't have any gifts for them right now, but that's okay. But just talking to them every day does help give some, I don't know what the exact points are or anything like that, but it helps increase your relationship. So I thought, well, let's go talk to him real quick. And Mayru, since she's standing right there, don't want to be rude. So we accomplished what we wanted to up here. And so we're going to head back to the farm for now. We have so many things that we need to get done this fall, and I wanted to make sure it's the 5th day, we've got all of our plantings in. So also when that silo gets built, after it gets built, we need to collect another 240 hay, which is going to be pretty easy to do because our farm is covered in hay right now, or grass. I mean, it's grass. When you swing it, you get fiber and hay, not exact one for one, but it gets you there. So we had popped a geode, and that's putting that away. We didn't need that. And so there's a couple things that I wanted to do. I wanted to go ahead and tap another couple of oak trees. I know I have some that are kind of in random places, But for our purposes and for what I need, trying to get as much oak resin as possible, I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and make another couple of these so that we have, I think I made 3 more. I'm forgetting here. I did 3 more. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And just go find 3 more oak trees and put those tappers on them so that, at least we'll have 4 trees with the possibility of producing us some oak resin here in the fall. And I don't know how quickly that will happen. I can't remember how long it takes. So I thought, well, let's get them on there. I mean, you can see the oak trees are the ones that have like the golden leaves. There's 2 different trees that have the golden leaves. These ones, I think it's maple that has the big fat leaves, but these are skinnier leaves. The maple tree was a later addition. It didn't come in, I don't think, until version 1.5. But you can see they're off to the right there. They're kind of a lighter golden color, and the leaves are bigger. So that's how you can distinguish. And this is the fall colors. The trees change colors with the season, which I think is wonderful. It really adds to the game and the whole feeling of the game. You can tell this is fall just by looking at everything. Your grass is going brown, and you got leaves floating around in the air, and so it really does add a lot to the game to have these different seasons. Plus, I like different seasons. I live in a place that has different seasons. And I hate winter, but I put up with winter because we get these other seasons because of it. So anyway, I thought what I might do is go ahead and head into the mine. But I think it's after 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when the Adventurers Guild opens. And I remembered I had all these rings to sell, and I'm going to go ahead and sell that one sword. I don't see any reason to keep it, because the one I have right now was the best sword in the game up until version 1.5 came out. So that means it's a pretty daggone good sword. So I see no reason to keep an old sword that I'm not going to ever use again. So I used to keep all of my things like that until I realized, why don't we just make some money with that? So, okay. So we're going to go take it to the Adventurers Guild, which opens at 2 p.m. each day. So hop in here. She's back. I love it. He says that. So let's see. Rings are 50 each, and we had 3 of them, and 300 for that obsidian edge. So that's fantastic. I mean, that's gold in our pocket. Now we're back over 10,000 gold again, just from selling something that I will never use again. I started to go into the mine, and then I realized that I made another mistake again. This is the second time I've done this recently, and that is, look at the thing that I have there to the left of my sword. That is a hoe. You cannot break rocks with a hoe. Now, I could have been all cool and everything and not showed you all that, but it's good to see that mistakes can be made and mistakes can be fixed. So, went back, got my pickaxe, my beautiful, beautiful pickaxe, and back we go. And it's 4:30 p.m. We got plenty of time to hang out in the mine and try to go get some ore, because we are a little bit low on things, and it makes sense to, when we have the time, and it doesn't take very long. You'll see how much we end up getting. I was really shooting for iron ore, and I know it said there are high concentrations after level 70, and so I thought I would try that first and see how much we get. Again, I went to the wiki to find out where the high concentrations of iron ore are. So I thought I would try this first. There's iron ore down lower, but I thought high concentration, so that's why I came here. And we're dealing with slimes and these daggone skeletons, which I absolutely hate. They usually end up taking a bunch of my hit points. But I killed the 2 that were there. We've got so far 7 ore out of the deal. And that's okay so far. And a slime, which we're starting to need slime for our resources. So that's okay if we come in here and get those 2. Obviously, quartz is going to make refined quartz. And there's my stairs. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to move everything down so I can keep an eye on things. I want to keep on how much ore that we are getting. The other things down below I don't care. So I like to see that ore popping in my bag. So it's like, okay, what do I need to do? And I was like, oh, these little glass. I've never figured out the reason for these little glass things. They don't ever give you anything when you hit them, and they are in the way, so you have to hit them. Swinging your sword doesn't take any energy, so that's why I was switching to my sword to hit the glass things. So, because it takes no energy. And I need to save my energy for getting further down and hopefully getting more ore. So far, this is not working out very good. We're just mostly killing things and we're not getting what we need, or I'm not so far getting what I need. 7 ore isn't much. And for 3 floors, well, I guess the first floor really wasn't a floor. It's like the intermediate floor, there had been a gift. And there's a frozen geode, so that's good. It's always good to get geodes because you never know what you're going to get from them. Sometimes they could be super valuable. They could be artifacts for the museum. See that guy, man? He's just hurting. Luckily, my vampire ring stole some of the health back, so not too bad. So now I'm just looking for stairs again. This is not a super huge level, and in theory, it wouldn't take too many hits to find the daggone stairs. But sometimes my luck is not good. Oh, there's an Omni Geode. So those are even better. So love the Omni Geodes. So we're gonna probably go take that to Clint as well. We have so many things. There it is. We have so many things that we're doing, and there's just right now it's ore. I wanted to make sure I had sufficient iron ore because I noticed we were getting really low on it, and even though I don't know if I needed it for anything, it doesn't matter. I want to make sure that I have some. I took a quick look around. I was looking for ore nodes, and I really didn't see any here. Saw some slimes and a skeleton, but I saw the stairs up top. I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get that skeleton, and there was one piece of iron ore. There was one iron ore node there. So you get varying amounts. In this case, I got 2, so that's fine. And it looks like I got nothing out of that barrel that I broke up. So really, I mean, we're already to 74 and we're just not getting as much as I had hoped. So I'm not sure if that's the best place to start or not, but we gave it a try. And it's only 9:10 p.m. It's like, okay, I want to go around that. Didn't realize I could. All right, 2 ore there. So I thought it looked like this is a bigger level than what you could first see with your eyes. So I thought I'd just kind of run around and look, and there was some more ore. So 3 pieces with that one. So that was a good hit. So we'll just keep looking around and see. Hopefully there won't be any baddies. And there's nothing here except for, it looks like, is that a... Yeah, a frozen tear. I almost said that, and I didn't think that didn't sound right. It's a frozen tear. So we're going to hang on that. That's a mineral. And again, right now, for the most part, I'm keeping 5 of all minerals, except for the ones that I know for sure that I'll be using for any kind of crafting. So this just doesn't look like there's anything here. It doesn't, oh, a bone sword. Okay. And 20 to 30 damage compared to 60 to 80. That's a total no-brainer. I suppose if you didn't have a sword, then that'd be great. But we've got a wonderful sword, and we don't want that one, so we're gonna get rid of it. It looks like a long one, though. So long ones, I don't know. Oh, look at that! Got some iron ore out of a plain rock. That's good. I don't know. I don't know that if it make any difference on the length. I have no idea. It just looks like a really long sword. So okay. Now we're down to 76. It's 11 p.m. I did see a piece of iron ore down here. It's like, let's grab that. Oh, good. I got 4. 4. And a frozen tear. Okay, not bad. I don't remember what frozen tears were for. Oh, remember how we used to hate bats long ago. It's like, okay, now I've got 2 of these daggone things. I wasn't being very careful. But I did see the iron ore, and I thought, okay, let's go ahead and get that. And they gave us 2. So, you know, that takes us up to about 25 ore. So that's not bad. I mean, I had hoped to get a lot more than that, but that's not bad. It was certainly a good use of our time for our afternoon and evening. So a good use of time. And we got a lot of resources out of the deal. So putting my things away, gonna throw that sword in there. Hopefully next time I go around there, around the Adventurers Guild, I'll remember that it's there and go sell it because we don't need it. I have no idea what it's worth. Again, looking at, I had 14 before, now 39. So I feel a lot better about how much we have. Again, I have nothing in my mind that we need to use it for crafting, but I definitely, let's see, I guess we already did have some frozen tears, so we're going to sell some, see what they're worth. It's getting pretty late. I hate it when the time starts flashing and saying it's 12, it's getting late. It turns red. It makes my anxiety go up. I hate that. I know a lot of you never worry about that. You just drop dead and you don't care. You just fall asleep wherever you've been working, and that you don't mind that it cost you $1,000 or whatever. I hate doing that. I don't like being out late anyways. So wow, okay, $82.99 for our farming products. What did we get? So it looks like the void mayonnaise is $3.30, and obviously $9.60 is so much more than that. Melon jelly, truffle oil, goat cheese, and regular cheese. So that was a really good thing. Frozen churros are worth 75 gold, not much. And of course the iridium wool was $8.16 for a total of $93.40. So not a bad haul for the day at all. So now we move on to day number 6 of fall in year number 2. Our total gold is over 19,000 now. We're just, 500 away or so from the next amount. Oh, look at this. Gus wants a fresh lobster, one fresh lobster, and this is not an optional quest. Even if I had hit the X, it would have put it on my journal as far as an item to do. So it's like not optional. So we're going to have to go figure out how to do that, and I kind of know. And there's a very lovely diamond, 750. And there is Robin working away. She's such a hard worker. There, morning, noon, night. I don't know how long she works. It's really late, though. Hello, Vader. How's it going? He's a month old. And let's go say hello to pick up our truffle. Hello there, everybody. How you doing? So again, the reason for be nice to your animals is they will give you higher quality products. So we always do that and make sure everybody's happy. Let's see if I can actually, I don't think I can, yes, I could milk Nanny today, and I can milk our cow and check on our pig, which is 16, almost 17,000, and he's still got a heart and a half to go for a relationship. So we're just going to go ahead and keep him until that happens and see what he's worth at that time. In the meantime, we'll take the truffle oil, no big deal. And at least we got a truffle. I mean, I get so mad when I come out here and there's no truffle. I'm tempted every single time to sell him. All right, look at this. Dinosaur eggs are us, 2 of them. And a void egg, a duck egg, and a chicken egg. So not a bad haul. Look at that. And 3 different mayonnaises. So that's good. We can compare them. We've got duck, dinosaur, and void mayonnaise this time. So I like to look at that sometimes just because to remind myself and refresh my memory. And there's lots of reasons why I like to have the dinosaurs, aside from their mayonnaise being worth over 900 each. Is that, let's go check our tree real quick and then we'll talk about that. How's our tree doing? Look at that! Look at that! Apple number 1. So we need 3. So I almost picked it, and I thought, no, what if we get different quality? So we're going to leave it right there. So I got to have the same quality of apple. Another reason why I like the dinosaurs is they're quiet. I actually think there's a setting, if I'm not mistaken, where you can turn off animal noises, because a lot of people find them really annoying. And I don't find all of the animals annoying. I find the pigs to be excessively annoying. And the ducks are okay, chickens are okay. The dinosaurs are perfectly quiet. So I'm very happy to have the dinosaurs, and plus when you combine that with the value that they give us, it's like, okay, that's totally worth it. So today what we're going to be doing is getting these kegs moved into our keg shed. And I'll be putting all the kegs I can inside, one on the outside, and a sign on the outside that shows what's inside the shed. So that's how I organize my stuff. And I know some people on the forums I've read, they fill their farm with kegs. I understand the reason for it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I end up being so rich after a while, I don't see the need to do that. And I have other things that I want to do with my area that I have here. When we first started this playthrough, we talked about the different farm types. There are many different farm types: a river one, a beach ones, forest ones. There's one that has monsters show up on your farm in the middle of the night, which that's totally not happening for me. But I like this one I've chosen. It's a nice big square area. It lets me do exactly what I want to do without having to figure it out where to put stuff. So that's why I chose that one. If you start a play, try them. I think I tried the river one first. It was beautiful, but it didn't have enough farming area for me. So that's why I ended up with the one that I have, and it's the one that I'm going to stick with. I haven't seen that one that I like better. And the newest one is the beach one, and I don't care for it for a lot of reasons. So I'm just putting my resources away, but I'm keeping my charcoal kiln and my furnaces going because we do need those bars for some things here. So we're just keeping them going. Look, you can see that I moved these machines so they're all lined up against the house like that, and I like doing it that way. It just seems more convenient to me to have them right there. So, and I remember to do it if it's right out next to my house. So what we're going to do now is we're going to axe each of these kegs to get them moved, and we're going to put what I can inside and one on the outside. So obviously we only have 3 right now, so hopefully we'll get some oak resin soon and we'll have more. I like to leave myself a little space in the front here to walk in front of it, because otherwise you get, I mean, this thing gets full, it's kind of a mess. So as you can see, where I want to put this is right where that chest is. So remember I told you there's a new way to move chests? There we go. You can run towards them and click on them and they move. That is new with version 1.5. Prior to that, you had to empty the chest out, move all the stuff into the new chest, and then axe the old chest. So this is a wonderful quality of life improvement. The 1.5 to me should have been a 2.0. I can't believe how much content it added. I mean, just a quality of life itself. There's so many things that it added to do, but it also added a whole new, a bunch of other people. It added a whole new area that's outside of Pelican Town. It added more quests. It added more items and stuff. Remember I keep saying the sword that I had until 1.5 was the best? Well, there's better ones coming up. By the way, I want this to be wine, the wine shed. So you put your wine on there and it shows a wine on your sign. Isn't that cool? I just happened to have a bottle of wine that I stuck in my chest when I first started making wine. No real reason. So we have 3 right now, and I was also counting those. I'm thinking maybe we need to go get 3 items to put in our kegs. And so again, there's all kinds of things that we can put in there, and I'm kind of staying with the pale ale, partially because I'm just using up the hops that I grew, plus they're faster, and right now faster is what I want for the money, because we still have, you know, some things to do with our money. So no, I don't want to eat hops, gross. And put the other one out here on the one outside, and now I don't have, I've got 4 by mistake. So now we don't have to do anything until we see that keg has a thing above it saying, hey, it's ready. So that's how I do it. So anyway, just a little tip, and I didn't think up that all on my own. Again, I saw this on people posting screenshots of their farms and stuff, so it's one of those ideas. I thought, oh, that's a great idea. So anyway, I wanted to go back to the mine and go for some more ore, and I wanted to go sell that sword while we were doing that. So we're going to take that sword over there. I'm just going to go ahead and take that whatever hot pot bean or something somebody gave us. So I don't know why that's in that chest. It just was. Then I also thinking about this lobster thing. We're going to have to deal with that, but I think I have a way to deal with it. Meaning a way to finish that quest for Gus. And I gotta remember, it goes to Gus. Don't take it to Willie or somebody. I have done that so many times. If you've watched previous 43 episodes, you have seen me do the wrong thing to the wrong person a number of times. So 250 for the bone sword. It's like, okay, thank you very much for the gold. And off we go back into the mine. This time I did remember to bring my pickaxe. And we're going to see if we can get some more. Still working on the iron ore. We're going to try first, I think, going down to level 50. Maybe we'll have as much ore and not have as many creatures, because I'm not interested in trying the creatures. And then I'm seeing creatures that I don't like right over there. So it just depends if the ore outweighs the annoyance factor. I mean, look at these slimes and the sprites. It's like, really? And look at that. We don't have any ore in our pack, and all we've got is, you know, rocks, coal, sap, and slime. This is not what, and bat wings. It's like, really? So I thought about it for about a second, as you saw me stand still for about a second, and I thought, the answer is no. I did go to the wiki and I searched for iron ore to find out which floors of the mine we could find it. It told us where the concentrations were, which was supposed to be level 70, but it also said you could go to levels 49 to 70 and you would find ore. I was just trying to get the most without the hassle factor. I certainly don't want to deal with slimes and dust sprites. And when I came to level 71, look at this. This is not what we saw yesterday. This is so much better. It's like, oh my goodness. I clicked on, using my mouse wheel, I went the wrong way. But anyway, look at this. We've already got 9. Is that what that says? 9. So we are already doing much, much better. So if that keeps going, then we'll hang out here for a while and keep looking for the ore. Again, I stick it in my upper inventory so that we don't have to go digging for it. And we're going to check this floor out before we start looking for stairs. And it's like, no, there really isn't anything else. I don't want to deal with that skeleton up there if I don't have to. It's just giving us bones, and at this point we don't need bones for anything. They become useful later on, but at this point I'm just not interested in dealing with it. And then I heard a bat coming. It's like, okay, fine, goodbye bat. We'll take the bat wings. We've used those in some of our things that we've crafted. So again, it's all about resources and managing your time and to gather the resources. And I am not one of those people that does the purchasing of resources. If I need something, I'll wait until I've got the resources, which is why I call this a retired slow play. It's just a real more relaxed way of playing. I don't focus on how fast I can do things, except for a few things that need to be done by the end of year number 2. I focus on that because the result is important to me. And you will see very soon. We've got 22 days left in the fall and 28 days left in winter. And after that, you will see why I've been working towards this so much. It will make sense to you. Other than that, I really just go with the flow, although I have goals. If you haven't watched any previous episodes, I've talked about the goals that I have for this playthrough and what I plan to do. Eventually, I plan to be at 100% completion, and there's ways in the future that we will find out how we can find out how much completed we are. And I have never gotten 100% completion with my playthroughs yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this one the one that goes all of the way so I can share it with you guys so you can see what it's like. I know I've got some of my viewers who haven't ever played Stardew Valley before. So instead of playing Stardew Valley, they're enjoying watching me play. So you're going to get to see what happens. You know, where does it go? You don't have to end the game there if you don't want to. You can keep right on playing. It's one of those games that doesn't really have an ending to it. And I mean, you can say, okay, I completed everything 100%, and then you can keep right on playing. You can keep your farm going, do whatever you want to do. Start over again, try a different farm. Some people hardly play, very far into each farm. They just play different ones. For me, I kind of like playing one farm and just play it to whenever. So this one will be a long-term one, and there'll be, there may or may not be breaks in between. If there is, I'll let you know ahead of time. But for now, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this playthrough. Stardew Valley is my second most played game that I own. And I think I'm coming up right on 1,000 hours. And that doesn't count what I've played on the mobile version, which I also have. And I've played that when I've traveled, or if I'm not really interested in watching TV, want to do something else in the evening times, I'll sit down and play after it became available, and I enjoy it. It's very different in my opinion. The combat to me is so cool because it has an automatic feature. So I could just turn it on, tell it to fight things, and I can just take my hands off my iPad and let it fight. And my character fights way more better than I do manually. So I love that. I wish we had that feature on the PC. And I've posted that on the forums. I probably ought to tag Concerned Ape and say, hey, by the way, us PC people really would like that. By the way, I just got 4 ore on 1 hit. Is that cool or what? So here we got a bat and a skeleton. I just want to go down the stairs, guys. I really don't want to deal with you since they're in my way. So anyway, and I think another one of those bone swords. Okay, fine. So we're doing a lot better this time. We're already at 37. And so I'm thinking, I don't know, I guess it's random. Maybe it has to do with luck. I'm not sure. But I'm okay with that. 41. Yeah, this is what I had in mind the 2 previous days when I came here, hoping to get 50 or so. I'm going home with so much less, so it's like, okay, we'll go ahead and get this up here and chop that before that guy comes. Got some aquamarine. Come on, skeleton, go away. You're bugging me. And let's see, it's 11 o'clock. Pick up that frozen tear. It's getting awfully late. And maybe we can find stairs here and get the heck out of Dodge before it gets much later and get rid of that skeleton. We'll store those bones for future use someday. So much better. So anyway, I was rambling about my goals for this playthrough, and I hope that you find it interesting. I've got people that watch who play completely differently. One person said they really were happy to see that my spouse choice was Harvey because they had never picked him before, so they didn't know what his cutscenes and the special things that happened between the significant others was like on Harvey because they had never seen it before. So I thought that was kind of cool. It's like, well, you're welcome. I'm glad to be able to show that because those are the things that are important to me. Harvey's been my choice after my first little start. I started and like, okay, I need to start this over again. He became my choice because he's the only one that doesn't look like he's a teenager, and I'm definitely not a teenager. I saw something about this on the forums yesterday, I think it was. Someone was talking about their favorite spouses, and someone mentioned Harvey and said he's the only one that seems a little bit older, and them being older themselves, they wanted someone that kind of looked more their age. So I'm not the only one. I thought, yeah, because there's a lot of seniors that play games like this. And I've got some, I mean, there's a lot of people on the forums that are seniors, at least they claim to be, and they certainly seem to be older people that are retired like me. And our passion that we had when we were working and raising families is still there. And so we play, we keep playing. We have more time to play, which is awesome. So let's check this out here, okay? And again, that void mayonnaise is $3.30, duck mayonnaise $4.50, dinosaur $9.60. So void mayonnaise is less than duck mayonnaise. So no need to continue to make void chickens. We'll just stick with our duck. So it's like between duck and voids, the voids are going to go away. It's day 7 of fall, year number 2, but not yet. I want Vader to give us some more eggs before we do that. So, and maybe I'll stop putting him in the mayonnaise machine if I think of it. Good morning, dear husband, and he made me breakfast. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And in the refrigerator, it goes. You never know when you're going to need a complete breakfast. So let's see. Yes, we do need to water the cat. So sometimes Harvey does, sometimes he doesn't. When it's raining, I don't need to. So today he needs to be watered. I'm going to give him a little pet on the head too. And our silo is nice and ready. We're going to have to fill that up. When you click on one silo, see how it says 240 out of 480? It combines however many silos you have times 240. So now we're at 480. So obviously I need to get 240 more hay in there. And again, no problem. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I did see that truffle was dropped yesterday. So, Piglet, don't you try to claim that for today. That was yesterday's. Ugh. Again, we're going to do that again. So let's check where we're at. We have 1.5 stars, 17,000. We're going to keep you for a little while longer. And again, I'm using them as a piggy bank. And I'm trying to milk the goat. Come on, goat. No milk right now. Okay. Now we know for sure. And I got inside and I thought, what's missing? Oh, I forgot to milk Clara. So I generally do go ahead and keep 1 cow, and the animals that I have in this barn allow pregnancy, spontaneous pregnancies. So far that has not happened. And so if I got another cow, I would raise it to adulthood and sell it. And if I got another pig, I would do the same thing. I would just raise it to adulthood and sell it. Because I love the goats. I love the goats. Even though they make a little bit of an annoying sound, they give us goat cheese. And in the not too distant future, you're going to see why. You've seen how much I sell it for, just plain like that. But think about aged goat cheese for a minute. Let you ponder on that. That's not too much of a spoiler, but you just ponder that for a minute. And think about that, and we'll come back to that in a few months. So let's look up here. We now have 2 apples on the tree. What that means is theory, tomorrow we should have 3 apples on that tree. We also have an ancient fruit. As you do recall, I did mention the ancient fruits are being kept in the fruit chest I have here. And eventually, and it's a gold star fruit, so now we have 3. We're going to hang on to those. Eventually, we're going to run them through the seed maker, and we're going to replant them and redo the area. But I kind of wanted to wait until we can do an iridium sprinkler for that, because we could put 24 plants around an iridium sprinkler. So let's see what we've got here. We've got, I forgot to put the duck mayonnaise away. Oh, and I did see some corn that was available to harvest. So watching all these beautiful, beautiful pumpkins growing here. Pickled pumpkins, yes, yes, yes. Plus you can cook with them too if you are into that, which I'm really not. In my last playthrough, I hardly ever cooked. I know a lot of people, a lot of citizens like the cooked foods, but it's really not my thing. But one of the things for 100% completion is that you have to cook all recipes. So it was funny. I spent maybe 3 days or so cooking. Oh good, we got some oak resin. I spent like 3 days cooking all of the recipes, and I didn't need or want them. There was no reason for it except that I just had needed to do it for completion, and we'll have to on this too. So no big deal. We'll get it done. It's like, okay, how many? Oh, that gives us 2. So now we currently have 2 oak resins. Double checking. I need wood, copper, iron bar, and oak resin. So I could make 2 more kegs. And as long as they are ready on the same day as the other ones, right? So we're gonna have to think about that and keep an eye on those other trees to see if they give us any. Hopefully we can get a few more in this shed before the end of fall. I would really love that, because I'm pretty positive all those trees go dormant and you won't get anything. So I was thinking about my 10 people that I want to have 8 hearts with, that we need to go see some of them. And I'm kind of working down my list starting at the top. And anybody that's already at 8 hearts, I'm not going to worry about them for now. I'm just going to keep working down the list of who's below them, who's got like 7 hearts, for instance, or 6, and keep working on them. And you do that by talking to them, giving them gifts, and doing quests and things for them. Pam is one of my people. And I knew she liked these sweet peas. Yeah, that's what they are, sweet peas. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just working on relationships, period. And also, I'm coming in to see Clint. Not really, period. I had 3 of these frozen geodes. I thought, what the heck? Let's give them a try. 5 iron ore. That's fine. We don't have to go get it. We're not using much gold ore right now, But that's okay. Now that's interesting. A fairy stone? I guess I already had a fairy stone. I didn't remember that. That's okay. We've had 43 episodes that I don't remember anyway. So, and if this is the first episode you've watched, I usually make a disclaimer every few episodes and let people know I do have a little bit of short-term memory loss. It's normal senior short-term memory loss, so I'll forget things that I've told you and repeat them, and sometimes I tell you things again because I want to repeat them. I'll let you decide which is which. So hopefully I won't annoy you too terribly much. I figure if I do, you'll go away, but hopefully you won't go away because my subscribers are so important to me. I haven't said this episode, but just so that you know, my subscribers are very important to me, each and every one of you. And I get so excited every morning when I go to my app and I check my channel and I see I have a new subscriber or two. I get so excited. It's like, yes, somebody else finds what I do interesting or worthwhile. So if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel because it does make me happy every single day, and of course it makes YouTube like me more. So let's run up here and say hi to Robin. She's one of the people we're going to be working on a relationship. And let's see, what should we give her today? There we go. She said thank you. That's really nice. So she liked it. I was looking for Demetrius. I'm not seeing him. Sometimes he's in the kitchen. He's not there. He's not at his workstation. When he's not there, he's oftentimes at the mountain lake. So maybe we'll run over to the mountain lake and check on him. And kind of, again, once I hit the 8 hearts with those first people, I'm going to go down the list and find the next person and just keep working on it. And it really does go quick when you do that. So far I haven't been doing that really that much, just kind of here and there, hit and miss. But now I'm kind of down to the wire of hitting my goal, which I had originally said 5 and maybe 10. I decided on 10. So the first 10 people on my list need to have 8 hearts, and you can see I've already got some. So my next person to work on is Emily. So I don't know where Emily is. I don't know her schedule very well. I can wander around and look for her in the places that I think she usually is. But if I didn't want to and I wanted to save time, you can go to the wiki and you could just search for Emily. It'll bring up everything about her. All the foods she loves, the ones she likes, the ones she doesn't care about, and the ones she hates. Her schedule based on the season and the weather and sometimes specific days. So, what's Jody and George and Kent doing in there? Isn't that strange? I thought that was what the heck were they doing? Where were they? So anyway, she's one of my people. So you can find out their schedule and find out where they are. So sometimes if I get frustrated, I'll do that. But for the most part, it's like I'll run into them eventually. I haven't been worrying about that too much. Jody, I was going to go find Jody and I didn't have to. She was there. I think sometimes there's exercise classes. Here's Caroline. I don't think we have a very good relationship with Caroline yet. So again, I didn't want to waste my one sweet pea on Caroline if she's down there like 1 heart or 2 hearts. I want to work on my people near the top because they're easier for me to get my goal. So let's see. There she is. Hello, Emily. How you doing? She's so sweet. There you go. Yay. All right. And that makes her have 8 hearts. So next I'm working on Robin. Where's it at? I lost my place. Robin, Jody, Marnie. So I went by the list too quickly, but those are the people I'm going to be working on and continue to get those levels up there. And it's really fun too because you get things in the mail, get gifts and recipes and all kinds of stuff. So what the heck is Lewis just standing here? What's he doing? Yeah. You'll have to accomplish many things to become a citizen. Okay. Well, I don't know why you're standing there. I'm working. So I want to say hi to Jazz here. She's such a sweetie. Hard to get to know, too. Okay. There's Shane. What's he going to say? I was hurt. I was hurt. We had a moment. We had a moment in the previous episode, so I was hurt that he would say something so rude. It's like, Shane, you're not going to be on my list. So I thought maybe we'll give her a mushroom. It's like, oh, good, because that was a risky maneuver there. I wasn't sure if I should give her that or not. So again, looking at my list, and I'll be doing that quite a bit as I'm watching these relationships. You know, Robin, Jody, Marnie, and the rest. You know, we'll see which ones they are as we go along. And then eventually, you know, when it's all said and done, we'll be best friends with everybody in the town. It is possible. I have done it. It just takes time and patience, and you know, for me, it's an organization thing. It's like, okay, these 5 people today. I mean, I just did that. I'm going to go find these 5 people and give them something today. So I did. So to me, it's all about organization. So I guess we didn't already have a fairy mineral. We must have. I guess I found one and given it to Gunther because that one didn't tell me to. So I just didn't remember it. It's like so many little things to stick into your memory, and that wasn't worthy of sticking in there, I guess. Oh my goodness. As you can see, I mentioned before, I really like having these right here along the side. Easy peasy to grab the resources, pop them in, and there you go. And put the stuff back, and then I'm done. So it's all right there. These things, that was our first chest, and eventually it's going to be reorganized, and when I start decorating my house, I may put some things inside. I don't like having things along the front of the house necessarily. I kind of like to decorate it a little bit. So right now we are filling up that other silo, and I started off with just doing the grass that's all around the trees that I tapped. I want to be able to see them better. I also don't want to chop down the little trees that are growing around them because they might be the kind of trees we need too if they make it in time. It seems like to me it takes like something like 28 days. Is it 28 days? I have to look it up for a tree to grow to maturity without using fertilizer, and I didn't use fertilizer. Obviously these are wild trees, and so I'm just hacking away and I'm positive it's going to fill up that silo in no time because there's you can see that it's given me, I got a little bit of fiber, 1 seed, and it's giving me a lot of hay. So it's like, okay, we don't need this tree right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take it down just for getting it out of the way. So just a little cleanup. We need the wood anyway. It's not going to, there's going to be other things there anyway. I do not want to chop these little trees down if I can help it. They're not, that one's I got a tapper on. So this other tree is in the way. I can't see my tapper. So I'm just trying to make it easier to see the tapper. So when it gives you the sap or whatever it's going to give you, or the oak resin or whatever, it does show in front of the other trees, but I just make it a little easier for myself. And I was thinking, okay, what do we got going on back here? Seeing which trees got tappers, which trees don't. There's a tapper there. So it looks like I have 3 trees tapped right now. And I'm just moving stuff out of the way. Clean up, clean up. And eventually, as I've said many, many times, all of this farm area has a plan. And it's just this particular layout is a great big square. It's got a pond down there below, and I'll decorate that. It's got this little pond right there, which is really not useful for very much. If you fish in it, you get trash, and the one down below as well. And so now we're look at that, 403 out of 480. We're almost full. So just 77 left over, and 97 left over, and we're done. So that's easy peasy. We can do that, no problem. You can see I've got tons of it everywhere along here. One thing I also wanted to do is switch my animals. I didn't do that at the beginning of the season, and they're obviously not eating all of it, so I have much bigger areas than I currently need for them. But eventually, when my animals start giving us baby goats, we're going to fill that up. That's the plan, right? So anyway, I thought, well, it's not quite bedtime. We can go ahead and clean up a little bit more of this and just kind of hack away at it. And, within either today or tomorrow, that other silo will be full. The only thing to keep an eye on through the fall is rainy days, because on rainy days they do eat from the silo, which actually fills. There's like a bench in there, and there's a I forget what it's called. It's like it's an auto filler, and it just puts haze on the bench based on how many animals there are. How many animals the building can hold. So both of these hold 12. So you'll see 8 pieces of hay laying across there. That's an auto filler. So because I have that with the deluxe buildings, I don't ever have to worry about filling that bench myself. If you've seen previous episodes or when I first started getting animals, I had to do that. So anyway, I was thinking about taking the seed that I have and putting it away, and the pine cone. I'm keeping the tree seeds for now. And isn't this lovely? Oh, by the way, I decided that I was going to go ahead and move all of these to the left, because when you walk in this main door right here, I'm walking right into a chest. So I always meant to do this as far as getting things moved, but I didn't know how. So I had to research it, because it's a feature of the 1.5 version. There's so many things that I had never done or tried before, and this is one of those things. So I had never done this before, so I was very excited to learn that we could. And just push and then click. It's really easy. And if you don't know how to do it, you can search it on the main Stardew Valley page. There is a thing that talks about 1.5 version. He has the version numbers, and it gave he gave the details of how to do that. So that's how I learned how to do it, and there we go. Got them all organized, much easier in and out, and looky there. It's like, yeah. So I thought, okay, I need to count first. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 9 of something. And it's getting late, but that's okay, we got time. So 9 of something. Haven't decided what yet. So, let's see here. Preserve jars can do fruits or vegetables. And I decided to go with our melons for the money. The money won out. We are almost at 25,000. And so we got some things to do. At some point, I am going to upgrade our farmhouse again, but it's going to take about 100,000. Yeah, you heard that right. 100,000 is what it takes for our next upgrade. But having said that, we have nothing else that we need to spend our money on, really, between at least now and the next year. I mean, we could, but I see no reason. I'm just going to save. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and put the money away, and it builds up pretty quick. Let's see how much we got for all of that stuff. And look at that. Oh, how beautiful is that? So 6,200. So with that, we're going to end our day and our episode. Thank you for joining along on this journey. Please subscribe if you have not done so. But the most important thing, though, is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.